Great evening, guys. Another jam-packed day
Oh,
tomorrow. So
sorry, Erica is asking what time. It's 11 a.m., but it will be in the email that is coming out to you shortly.
thank you so much, everyone. Have a
Bye.
great evening.
See you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
See you
Guys,
tomorrow.
bye.
Bye.
So, Sam and Philip are my colleagues. Say hi, guys.
Hello. How's it
Hello.
going? Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you both perfectly. Thank you.
Perfect.
So WAM and GetAHEAD are two initiatives that are to be considered after you've graduated. I'll let the guys explain it a bit more, but it's really, really good opportunities, really, really good experiences. So definitely have a look at the slides later and listen up now. Good luck, guys.
Great. Thanks, Viva. Can you see my slides okay there? All good. Great. Okay. Well, thanks very much for your talk, Stephen. That was brilliant. It's really great to see the range of assistive technology there is out there. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. It's been such an interesting and informative day so far. So well done, Quiva, and everyone involved. So as Quiva said, my name is Valma Fitzgerald. I'm the GetAHEAD officer here at AHEAD. And I'll be walking you through preparing for the workplace today, specifically the GetAHEAD program. So I'm co-presenting with my colleague Philip. I'll let you jump in, Philip, if you want to introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Philip Carroll. I am one of the project officers here on the WAM team. So typically my job will be in supporting graduates who are undertaking WAM placement, and then also the employer who is hosting that placement. So looking forward to informing you all about all things WAM related in this presentation.
Right, so I'll kick off then with this visual, which showcases all of the AHEAD services from accessing college to third level education to employment. So I just want to highlight the employment aspect in particular today and just show you where the GetAHEAD and WAM programs are situated. So GetAHEAD supports students in third level education and graduates in the transition from education to employment. So helping them get a better understanding, various elements like disclosure, advocating for themselves, and more, which I'll get into in the presentation. Moving then into the employment stage, where both GetAHEAD and WAM are situated. So both programs are aimed at supporting graduates in finding employment and then guiding them through that workplace experience. So I just want to play a short video for you. Hopefully it will work for me. Oh gosh, no, it's starting. Great. Okay. Give me a wave, Quiva, if you can. If you can't hear the audio.
Here are 5 reasons why you need to register on WAM Work. Number 1, get paid graduate opportunities with WAM employers. Number 2, get priority notifications of WAM opportunities. Number 3, priority access to our workshops and events like Build in the Future, Think Twice, Bootcamps and more. Number 4, CV and interview skills. Get advice from employers at our partnered events. Number 5, advice and support. Ask for advice through our Got a Question feature. If you are a student or a graduate with disabilities, register on our WAM Work database today, www.ahead.ie/WAM-work.
Great, so that just gives you a quick overview of our WAM Works database. So WAM Works stands for Willing Able Mentoring. So it's a program that offers graduates with disabilities the chance to undertake a minimum 6-month paid mentored work placement with a number of high-profile Irish employers. It's a huge part of what we do here at AHEAD, and Philip will go into this in a bit more detail when he walks you through the WAM program. And we'll share the link as well for you to join at the end. I'll introduce the GetAHEAD initiative now in a bit more detail. So GetAHEAD was established in 2005, and the aim is to support the upskilling of students and graduates with disabilities by providing training events, blogs, resources, and other valuable information across a wide range of topics, in addition to the WAM database. So under GetAHEAD, we have compiled a number of resources that will support you in your hunt for a role. This includes information around disclosing your disability to an employer, which I'll go into more detail on the next slide. We also have some information on the key pieces of employment legislation, specifically affecting students with disabilities, which will look at your rights to equal access to the same services and information as those without disabilities. Other key information then includes the various workplace grants and schemes available, and some guidance around some common reasonable accommodations in the workplace to enable you to fully undertake your job tasks. I've included all of the hyperlinks here on the slides, and you can download these from the event page on our website. On the bottom right hand side then as well, I've just included a link to some job search supports, including some CV, interview tips, examples and checklists, if you want to have a look at those. So we also have a number of really useful publications, including a practical workbook to help you maximize your job application. Just includes some general tips, suggested approaches on how to structure your application form answers, competency examples where you can practice yourself. Our Going to College guide then gives you a breakdown of the disability support services in colleges, college fees and funding, your legal rights, and what to expect when going to college. As I mentioned as well on the previous slide, we have a lot of information on a guide to disclosure, which is a very important aspect of having a disability. So this booklet aims to support you in considering whether or not to share information about your disability. It includes some background information on disclosure itself, information on the relevant law, on our suggested approach to disclosure if you do decide to do so. Moving on then to another element of GetAHEAD, which is our blog. This contains a wide range of topics from a variety of authors. So the articles mainly center around the general theme of student life, disability and employment. We have contributors both from within AHEAD and outside of the organization. The team at Grow Remote, for example, who delivered a bootcamp that I'll discuss in further detail, did a blog recently on remote working and individual differences. And we also have a number of WAM graduates who kindly shared their own stories and personal experiences on the blog. Philip, who's presenting with me today, wrote a blog on self-advocacy on his own personal experience as a WAM grad, and some guidance on speaking up for yourself to get the supports you're entitled to. I think you have one as well, Lisa, don't you? And I just want to add as well, if anyone is interested in submitting a blog post, we'd love to hear your story. So it's been great hearing everyone's personal stories today, so please feel free to get in touch. I've included the link here on the bottom right if you want to reach out and submit your own story. Right, so as I mentioned earlier, we host a number of events throughout the year, such as our Think Twice workshops, one of which we had last week on the topic of transferable life skills and student and graduate employability. So they cover a wide range of topics like CV writing, interview prep, assistive technology, and we have another one actually coming up on the 21st of February, which I'll discuss shortly. We also have a number of boot camps on a variety of topics, one of which we had just before Christmas with the Grow Remote team, where we explored the world of remote work and what opportunities there are out there for you. It's important to note as well that being registered on the WAM database will not only give you information about what roles are available, you'll also get notified about when these workshops and other events are taking place. So this is our upcoming workshop then on the topic of preparing for and navigating career fairs. So this is taking place on the 21st of February from 12 till 1. We'll have presenters from both Grad Ireland and AHEAD on how to prepare for and navigate career fairs. And it'll support you in preparing in advance for these events and give you some guidance on how to navigate them on the day and make the most of these opportunities. This should be a great session for you to attend in preparation for all of the upcoming career fairs, including our own Building the Future, which I'll cover now. Right, so Building the Future, as I just mentioned, is a career event organised by GetAHEAD in collaboration with City, which is specifically for students and graduates with disabilities or specific learning difficulties. So this is a really excellent opportunity for you to come along and talk to employers, a lot of whom offer WAM placements. In terms of this year's event, then it's taking place on the 29th of May, and the event is fully in person in the city offices in Dublin. Tickets will be €5, which will give you access to all the employers and activities on the day, and a goodie bag on top. So we'll open registration in late March, early April. And again, if you're registered on the WAM database, you'll be the first to hear about it. So I just, sorry, 1 second. So during the day, you'll have the opportunity to take part in mock interviews. So these aim to simulate real-world scenarios, which will give you the opportunity to practice and refine your responses. You'll get some feedback from your interviewer, which will support you in navigating your next job interview. So there'll be CV clinics as well on the day, where you'll have the chance to get your resume reviewed by an expert and get some invaluable personalized feedback. I just want to highlight as well that actual employers will be supporting the clinics and the CV interviews, or sorry, the mock interviews and CV clinics. So you're guaranteed to get their real professional opinion. You'll also then have the opportunity to have your headshot taken, which is great for your LinkedIn profile on other platforms. Just make sure you're dressed professionally so you can make the most of the opportunity. We will also be hosting a variety of workshops on the day. Previous years, we've included topics like networking skills, interview prep, disclosure, choosing your own career path. I just want to give you an idea of the event space from previous years. So here you can see students and graduates taking part in the headshot station, mock interviews, CV clinics, and you can get a bit of an idea of the employer exhibition space as well here on the bottom left. So while there will be a lot of activity in the atrium and the surrounding rooms, the space is really open and you'll have lots of room to move around. As well as that, the space might be overwhelming for some, so you'll have we'll have a quiet room, which will be a space where you can go and gather your thoughts and recharge away from the crowds. We'll have some sim toys and comfortable seating in there, and they'll be open to anyone who needs it. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all there. That's a general overview of the GetAHEAD program. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll hand over to Philip now, who will walk you through the WAM program.
Thanks, Palma. Yeah, so the WAM program. So WAM stands for Willing Able Mentoring. So how this works is that employers come to WAM and they provide paid graduate level jobs, which are exclusively only available to graduates with disabilities. So they're only available to graduates who are registered on the WAM Works database. So we use a term called ring-fenced, and what that would mean is that the jobs that are available through the WAM program are only available to graduates on the database. So you're not competing with other graduates outside of the WAM program or outside of the actual WAM Works database for those jobs. We provide support, ongoing support, and also training for employers. So we provide training to employers such as our interview panels on disability awareness, maybe kind of teaching them on becoming aware of their unconscious biases towards disabilities or specific types of disabilities, so that they learn that they're assessing somebody during the interview on their core competencies to do the job, rather than getting kind of distracted by their disability. And then all of our jobs, they are full-time and they are for a minimum of 6 months, but most of our roles are longer than 6 months. So you can see an image on the right-hand side of some of our past or current employers that we work with. So there's a wide variety of different industries. Some are multinational organizations, some are public bodies or semi-public bodies in areas of pharmaceutical, in areas of engineering, in insurance, banking. So there's a wide variety of roles that are available. Next slide, please. Yeah, so there are many benefits to taking part on a WAM placement. So we'll try to condense it down to just a couple for this presentation. So employers receive disability awareness training. So as I mentioned, the interview preparation training, but then there's also training called pre-placement training, which is designed for managers and mentors who will be involved in hosting a WAM placement. So it's all about teaching them on disability kind of related issues, and so they can raise their awareness about working with somebody who has a disability. As I said, these are paid work experiences opportunities. So, you know, you get the opportunity to go out into the workplace and earn money. They're not voluntary roles. So, you know, you get paid just like any other graduate who might be going out into the workplace. This is also a really great opportunity for your career development. So, you know, you're going out into the workplace. If you're, say, taking part in a graduate program, you get exposed to rotations within organizations. So you get to experience many different teams and different areas of the business, which is really great for your career development. And also I'll touch a little bit more on the career development in the mentor section. Just to also mention about disclosure. So coming through the WAM program is a safe space for disclosure. So we know that of WAM graduates who come through the program, we know that 98% of graduates disclose their disability during a WAM placement. So graduates know that coming through the program is a safe space and that they're not going to face discrimination from an employer, for example. We also carry out a comprehensive needs assessment to identify supports. So we will sit down and talk to the graduate about what their disability is and how it impacts them on a day-to-day basis. And then we also have a conversation with an employer about, well, what's required of this graduate to do this role. And then we have a formal needs assessment meeting with the graduate, which will look at what supports they need for their disability versus the work tasks. And then we come up with a new document, which we give to the employer, which will outline what supports this graduate needs for this role. So it's a really comprehensive process. They also have the support of a company mentor on site. So this is where your career development can really take off. So we ask for a mentor to be assigned to the graduate, and this is somebody who can help you settle into the organization. So this is somebody who's got a lot of experience already in this field and can then help you and guide you as to, well, maybe, well, what did they do in their career to get to where they are? So you as a graduate then can start thinking about, okay, well then this is what I need to do. So you can start looking at, well, what my next steps when I finish my WAM placement. There's also an e-learning course. So you get to enroll on our e-learning course as a graduate. So we'll look at areas on such as getting ready for work, look at disclosure, look at the needs assessment process, it'll look at mentoring and how you can get the best out of that. And then it'll also look at the closure of the placement and moving on. So, you know, what competencies and skills did you learn during your placement that you can then use to upskill or to kind of, you know, spruce up your CV as you go out looking for more work. And then all of those things together, you're getting that support of the WAM team throughout your 6 months, for the first 6 months initially. So, you know, we're here to support you, but also to support the employer. So if maybe the job has changed, or maybe your disability has changed, or you need additional support, we're here to support you, and you know, you can come back to us at any time. And then all of those together then can help you to improve your confidence in your ability to go out into the workplace. Well, next slide, please. So we know that the WAM program works. We recently did a survey of the last 11 years of WAM graduates, and 81% of graduates who came through the WAM program secured employment as a direct result of taking part on the WAM placement. So that's within 1 year of them finishing their placement, 81% of them. So very few were in employment prior to taking on the WAM placement, to then 81% of them being in employment on the back of their WAM placement is a really good statistic. And I have some testimonials here on the screen for you from some of our previous graduates, and I'll just read them out to you now. So From this placement, I had the confidence to apply for a traineeship in a legal law firm. I am one off until I am a trained solicitor. Thanks for everything. And then one more. I can safely say that I would not be nearly as successful without the support of GetAHEAD. I am now a full-time permanent civil servant and I literally could not be happier. So great news all around. Next slide, please. Okay, so how does one work? Okay, so there are a couple of different rules that you must adhere to. So you must have a disability, and then you must meet the educational requirements which are set out in the job description. So some employers may stipulate that you must have a particular degree or at a particular level in order to be eligible. So you must be work ready and available for full-time graduate level work. So we don't have any part-time roles, they're all full-time roles. So after you've registered on the OneWorks database, you will then submit your CV or an application form. And that really depends on what the employer actually wants. Then you also get the opportunity to request any reasonable accommodations that you might require for either an in-person interview or an online interview. So then we will send your request for reasonable accommodation and your application over to the employer. The employer will then shortlist and will conduct the interviews. And then if you're successful, you will undergo training. So the e-learning course that I mentioned, and there's also the needs assessment. So we'll do all that with you before you start your placement. And once all that's done, you're then ready to commence work. So just to give you a flavour of some of the different placements that we've had over the last year through the programme. So we've had through the civil service, we had 25 positions available, which are called executive officer permanency pathway level roles. So what that means is that there's an initial 10-month placement, and then if you satisfy certain requirements throughout the placement and then conduct an interview at the end of the 10 months, then you can become a permanent member of the civil service, which is a really, really great opportunity. Those roles are nationwide. They're open to all disciplines and at QQI level 8. We also have roles with the local authorities. So local authorities are the county councils. So we've got 31 county councils around the country. So we worked with 5 councils this year. Those were Monaghan County Council, Cavan County Council, South Dublin County Council, Kerry County Council and Waterford County Council. So a good spread around the country, and we have 13 roles available there. Again, in all disciplines, and they're at a QQI level 6, and they work for 12 months. And then we have loads of other graduate programs. There's a variety of them with Bank of Ireland, with the National Treasury Management Agency, with Pfizer, Allianz, and Enterprise Ireland. So those are QQI level 8 positions, and they're typically between 1 and 2 years. And then we've loads of other roles with ESB, with Architas, with Willis Towers Watson, SIG, Munster Technological University in Kerry, loads of other roles with Pfizer and AbbVie. So a big spread there. So we get a couple of questions then about, well, you know, if I'm on disability allowance, then what happens if I take on a WAM placement? So we have a special agreement with the Department of Social Protection. So what happens is if you secure a WAM position, we will contact the Department of Social Protection on your behalf. And then depending on how much you'll be earning on your WAM placement, your payment will either be reduced or it'll be suspended for the duration of your contract. But the key word there is suspended. Click on, yep. So what that means is that when you finish your WAM placement, your disability allowance will automatically be reinstated. So you don't need to reapply for disability allowance. It'll just be reinstated automatically. And then there's also some other benefits as well. And also, if you come off your disability allowance, you get to keep your free travel pass for a period of 5 years, and you get to keep your medical card for a period of 3 years, which is really important for anybody who has a disability. Thank you. So what roles or what jobs are going to be available over the next few months? So we've just opened today for applications for the ESB graduate program. So it's a really exciting opportunity. There are 3 positions available. 2 are in engineering, and those are nationwide. And then 1 is in IT, which will be based in Dublin. Those are 3-year positions with ESB. So really good opportunities if you've got background in engineering or IT. So you may have heard us mention a couple of times now. So where is the best place to find out about new roles? Well, that's on the database. So please register on the database. I can't stress enough how important it is to register on the database if you are a graduate or final year student who will be looking for work shortly. And it's not just about jobs that are available. You know, as Bamba mentioned, the GetAHEAD and boot camps and workshops, all of those notifications also come through the database. So there's literally no downside to registering on the database. So please do that. And then just to leave you with the last slide. So if you have any questions about WAM, you can contact us at wam@ahead.ie. You can also find us on Instagram at Ahead Ireland. And if you missed it already, there's one more link there, one more hyperlink to our WAM work database. So it'll bring you straight to our website, and you'll find that video on the 5 reasons why you should register. So that's our presentation. If you have any questions, we're happy to take them.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Phil, I'm going to have to ask you to get the WAMWorks database tattooed so that you can just get it scanned, get a QR code or something so everyone can scan it off your arm or something.
I might take you up on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that talk, guys. It was so good, so informative, so much information. Gosh, I feel like I've done the degree today. There is there's a question in the group chat there. Are there options for international students?
Well, typically you have to be within the state, within Ireland. You know, if you meet visa requirements to be able to work within Ireland, and you know, each company is going to have their own kind of rules around visas and things like that. So typically, an employer wouldn't maybe support applications for visas. You'd already have to have them. So each organization would have different rules, but typically you should be within Ireland and have a visa to be able to work within, especially over the duration of whatever the contract is. So if the contract's 3 years and you've only got a visa for 1 year, then that might not work.
Cool. Does anyone else have any questions for the guys before we all log off for the evening?
What a brilliant one to end it on the day on. I think that was
Yeah,
amazing.
I thought it was a good time to have a talk like after we've learned everything today, being a student, and then what are our options for after being a student. I thought it flowed really well today. Well, I'll just bid you all farewell and just want to thank you all so much for coming today, and for registering for the event, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow as well. The link is the same, so it's the same link for both days, so it's the same email that was sent to you this morning and yesterday. You'll probably get a thank you email from me as well from Eventbrite with the link for tomorrow, which is the same link, but I just like to be over controlling. Thanks so much, guys.